Why get married? Isn't being alone great? Is your phone not entertaining enough? But won't you feel lonely alone? When others have girlfriends to go out with, don't you feel regret? Isn't being alone great? After work, you can do whatever you want. If you find a partner, you'll have to spend time with them every day. You'll also have to constantly deal with their little moods. For now, I'm not in a hurry. I can just find a partner when I'm 40. I don't even have to have kids by then. How can you be so open-minded about it? The current environment is just like this. For someone like me in Suzhou, even without eating or spending, it would take 15 years to afford a home. Nowadays, the lowest betrothal gift is over 200,000 yuan. Won't your parents help out? How could I bear to let my parents help? They've worked hard their whole lives. We young people should be self-reliant, but our generation has it so tough. We have to save money and buy a home. Might as well wait until after 40 to plan. But if you buy a home now and sell it later, not only could you get cash, but you might even earn over 100,000 yuan. If I were to buy a home, the mortgage would take at least 30 years. I'm 25 now. After 30 years of mortgage payments, I'd be 55. What's the point of having that money at 55? Might as well not buy a home now. In traditional Chinese views, 30 is a milestone age for marriage. But nowadays, more and more people continue staying single, even after passing that age. Especially in more economically developed areas, unmarried women far outnumber men. They have high education, high positions, and high incomes. Society calls them leftover saints. Today, let's talk about the topic of saints. An interesting phenomenon is that in China, older unmarried men are mostly concentrated in economically underdeveloped rural areas. The ratio of older unmarried men to women in rural areas is as high as 13:1. Meanwhile, single women are more common in big cities. Many of them are white-collar workers. Most have received a good education. Generally, they have higher education levels than men. Some older single women are very anxious about not being able to find a partner. But they also don't want to go on blind dates. By the time people reach 30, I've come to deeply understand the weight of age anxiety that every girl carries. At least in the marriage market, they are absolutely a disadvantaged group. Going on a blind date still requires parents to take the lead, meeting with photos in hand, then asking, "My daughter is great in every way. It's just that she's 30. Do you think you can accept that? If it works out, let's set a time. You can meet and get to know each other. Once you meet, they'll ask you, 'Why are you still single at this age? Still no partner?' You say it's for your career. No time to date. Then they usually doubt you, feeling like you're not being honest, subconsciously suspecting that you've had your fun, and now you're looking for someone to settle with. Or, never mind. Anyway, blind dates for me are just an insult. Going feels wrong. Not going feels wrong too. A 30-year-old woman, anxiety and pain. Who can really understand it? After turning 30, no matter how outstanding a woman is, she'll still realize that finding a partner gets harder and harder. I was born in 1990. This year I'm 35. Many people say, at 35 years old, if you still haven't married, it's just because you're too picky. Actually, I want to say, really, missing the appropriate age range for matchmaking and marriage. Later, you will truly find it increasingly difficult. Also, do you know what? Now, when no one introduces me to anyone, even divorced men with 2 children are available. I also know, for men in this age group, those who are single are indeed few. Even if there are, they would also choose age, preferring slightly younger women. So finding a partner is getting harder. It's really not that I'm picky. It's genuinely becoming more difficult. Many women, when they were young, due to focusing on career and academic development, ended up missing the optimal age for romance. Now that they're older, they realize they no longer have an advantage. Let me tell you, nowadays, matchmaking events are basically pointless to attend. The success rate is practically zero. No matter how good your conditions are, you'll still be nitpicked. Just now, there was a female master's graduate, born in 1992, who got rejected. Her conditions were truly excellent, She owns a house and a car. With an annual salary of around $450,000, she's a mid-level manager at a large company. The woman feels she has now achieved career success, and it's time to consider her own life's major event. Isn't it the end of the year now? As for her, she also went to the matchmaking corner. There, she took a liking to a man born in 1990, who is 1.78 meters tall, also holds a master's degree, with an annual income of around $500,000, and has bought a house in Shenzhen. In the woman's view, the two of them were quite well matched, so she proactively added the man on WeChat. Who would have thought that today, when the woman confided in the man, talking about the possibility of them being together, the man politely declined her. The woman was stunned. "My conditions aren't bad. Why can't you consider me?" The boy then said to her. She wanted to find someone born after 1995. She didn't have high income requirements for the girl. A college diploma or above would suffice. Hearing this, the female master's degree holder understood. This guy was saying, even if she was a female master's degree holder with a house and a car, in his eyes, she still couldn't compare to a college graduate 5 years younger than him. Older single men and women find it very difficult to meet someone who meets their criteria. This girl just came back from a blind date. That guy made her so angry. Let's see what she went through. "My aunt introduced me to a blind date. The guy said to her, high salary, owns a house and a car. His parents also have good jobs, because her family and my aunts live close by, so they know each other well. Originally, I was very resistant to this blind dating, but I couldn't resist my parents' persuasion, so I decided to meet him after work. After meeting, first, judging by the guy's appearance, he was just an ordinary guy. After meeting him, I suggested finding a cafe to sit and chat. After all, a blind date requires going through the process. And it was my aunt who introduced us. Do you know what the guy said then? He meant that at work, he had been sitting all day, stayed there all day, so he wanted to take a walk outside and breathe some fresh air. Dude, are you stupid? You really have no emotional intelligence. After a whole day of work, I'm exhausted, and I was wearing high heels. On the main road, we ended up talking for an hour there. Later, when it was time, I thought we should have dinner, right? My feet were really hurting and tired. I proposed to him. I said, let's find a place to have a meal together, even if I pay for this meal, or we could split the bill. At that time, he said he knew a good place nearby, said he would take me there. I said, okay, let's go. But when we got there, my jaw dropped in shock. He took me to a fast food restaurant, bought a 10 yuan meal ticket. 10 yuan for me, 10 yuan for him. After getting the meal tickets, this guy even asked if 10 yuan was enough for me. I said it's enough. Honestly, I had the urge to leave at that moment, but I thought, because of my pride, I didn't leave. I said it's enough. I'm on a diet and can't eat that much. He even told me. When we got to the serving area, he kept saying, look around and eat whatever you want. Don't be shy. 10 yuan. He acted as if we were having a lavish meal worth hundreds or thousands. I took a bowl of porridge. He asked if it was enough for me. I said it's enough. He offered me more to eat, but I didn't touch it. What was my guy thinking? How could I eat under such circumstances? I just wanted to finish quickly and leave as soon as possible. Sometimes, if a girl doesn't seize the opportunity, she might miss a good match. Now, a 33-year-old single woman plays hard to get at night. A few days ago, I arranged a blind date for a guy. He came to me in the afternoon and told me he felt the girl probably wasn't interested in him. Asked if there were other suitable options. Let me introduce her again. Then I thought something was wrong. The girl gave me feedback saying, this guy is actually okay. So I asked, why does the guy think the girl isn't interested in him? The guy said he sent messages, but either she wouldn't reply, or she'd take half a day to just reply with an N. So I figured she must not be into me. I said, all right then, show me your chat history. So he sent me the screenshots. I looked and saw that at 7:30 in the morning, the guy had sent her a message saying, weather forecast, said the temperature's dropping these days. Wear a couple more layers. Don't catch a cold. Then, at 11:30, the girl replied with just one word. The guy immediately followed up, asking if she'd eaten. The girl didn't respond. At 6:30 in the evening, the guy asked again if she was off work. The girl still didn't reply. Then at 8:30 at night, the guy messaged again. Are you really busy? If you're busy, I won't bother you. The girl replied with 3 words. Watching dramas. I took a look. And yeah, the girl clearly wasn't interested. So I talked to the girl. About this guy. Are you just not into him? If you're really not interested, just tell him directly. Don't string him along. Right? The girl said the guy was actually nice. I asked, then why do you take so long to reply? Or just reply with N? Or O? Just a few letters? The girl said, well, you wouldn't understand. It's called playing hard to get. Ugh. I was honestly so annoyed. According to data released by the Chinese Ministry of Civil Affairs on October 1st, in the first 3 quarters of this year, the number of couples registered for marriage nationwide totaled 4.75 million pairs, a decrease of 940,000 pairs compared to the same period last year. China's economy continues to decline. The cost of living for ordinary people keeps rising, causing many young people to postpone their marriage plans. Nowadays, more and more people are unemployed. College graduates can't find jobs right after graduation. Some pursued postgraduate studies, only to find that after completing their master's degree, they still couldn't find a job. They're not getting any younger either. It's about time to get married, but they still don't have jobs. So many young people don't want to get married. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Then do you want to find a girlfriend? No. Why not? Because such things consume time and energy. Just saying. It consumes time and energy. But wouldn't it be nice to have a girlfriend to accompany you? Not really. Having a girlfriend means spending money on her, earning money and spending it on myself. Isn't it better to spend it slowly? Why should I get married and have children? Because getting married would make me poor. Right. Not sure if it's good for post-90s generation. Are they all following the 4 no's? No marriage, no children, no house, no car. So I have over 100,000 in hand. Isn't it better to spend it slowly? This netizen has been unemployed and still hasn't found a job. He hasn't considered marriage yet, wanting to focus on his career and earn some money first. He sighed. Whether it's marriage or career, neither is easy. Born in 1995, I'm almost 30. At this age, I don't consider finding a partner or getting married. Instead, I chose to struggle alone in Shenzhen. Back in my hometown, many people advised me that a man's lifelong commitment is more important than his career. They urged me to start a family before building a career, but I feel marriage can be unpredictable, whereas the money you earn through hard work will give you a greater sense of security. Besides, I come from a rural background and have my mother and sister to support. I must first take care of the most important women in my life. Starting this March, among China's young people, a trend emerged called the 4 no's youth, which means no relationships, no marriage, no home buying, and no children. This netizen was overwhelmed by mortgage and car loans. After arguing with his wife, he ran away from home. Born in 97, I've already lost hope in marriage. Literally, I've only been married for a year. This marriage is exhausting. Let me tell you the truth, I even feel like running away from home. Right now, I'm deciding which city to go to. Which city would be better? I'm thinking of buying a random train ticket and just going anywhere. I really want to give up everything. Abandon all of it. I don't want the house or the car anymore. I just want to wander alone.